Yesterday I went to the Entertainer and I picked up this Yoda 12-inch Hasbro figure, and I thought it looks pretty cool. What I like, it's got the snake around it, so it puts you in mind of the vintage figure from 1980. Comes with a cane and a lightsaber. You can see the lightsaber in the back there and the cane there. For £7.50 I thought it was quite a good buy. I know you can get it cheaper in the States, but over here £7.50 is pretty good in sterling. You can get Darth Vader, Kylo Ren. I might get the Kylo Ren and compare that one with the first version of Kylo Ren eventually. Yoda was a legendary Jedi Master and stronger than most in his connection with the Force. Small in size but wise and powerful, he trained Jedi for over 800 years, and there's a really nice picture there. And you've got all the European language there. Great artwork there. So that's Yoda, the Jedi Master. So let's get him open and have a good look at the figure. So I bought this one for display, just looks so cool. The box still in the packaging, but you can see how great a figure this is. Got nice texturing and nice bits and bobs. I love this bit here. And the snake's pretty decent. Pretty rigid actually, thought it'd be more flexible. And we've got nice texturing on the cloth. Little feet. So the figure looks really good. There's the cane and the lightsaber, so this looks like a really cool figure. I love the texturing. So a great looking figure. More of an Empire Strikes Back figure. I mean, I've just watched a review of this figure and they call them soap bottles, but this one's great. I mean, some of the 12-inch figures are pretty poor, but some of them are okay, like the Phasma. But this one's really good. Looks great. So I can focus on the face. There's not much paint, just around the eyes. And then the rest is just sculpting detail. White hair at the back. But we'll get this figure removed from the cardboard and have a better look at it. Figure looks really good, and there's the box. Great artwork there, I really love this image. All the European warnings. Really nice, and the figure just looks so good. So let's just get them snipped out of those plastic bits there, and then we'll have a better look at the figure. Okay, I've just got it out of the box and I think this figure's really pretty decent. Here's the cane he comes with. Quite nice. There's the snake, you can put it behind his arm if you want. It's quite rigid, the snake. But the head's really good. Bit of white hair at the back. And that. Talk about a bit of white hair at the back, that's probably what I've got to look forward to in a few years' time. And then there's the feet. Nice texturing all over the figure, the white costume. Brown belt. And this nice little necklace thing he wears. Quite famous for wearing that. And yeah, it's a great looking figure. So it's quite solid, quite heavy actually. And yeah. The head's on a ball joint, but it's quite stiff, but you know, you can move it a little bit up and down, and you know, Obi-Wan, you must listen. Great looking figure though this, and you know, it looks really good. So this Yoda is just really amazing. I really like it. Great design of the figure. Really cool. Nice paint brown here, brown to show separation of the robe. It's got that sort of square cut in the middle. The legs. The feet are quite nice. So it's a cool looking figure, this one. Also comes with a lightsaber. But I wouldn't display it with the lightsaber, that's more of an episode 1 thing. This, I prefer it with the Yoda with the cane. If you're an American viewer and you're wondering what the expression getting caned means, well, in English it means, in UK English it means getting wasted. So if you're going to get caned, you're going to get drunk. Go off your nut. Okay, so great figure, and yeah, I really like this one. So, you know, this really appeals to those of us that grew up with the vintage figure from 1980. This one's just really cool. Stands well, looks great. From behind, cool looking figure. Also comes with a lightsaber, which is nice of them to supply with. So if you want to do a more episode 1 Yoda, you can take off the snake and the walking cane and just have him more as a episode 1 type, or episode 2 Attack of the Clones, you know, sword wielding Jedi master. The lightsaber's really nicely sculpted. It's a bit of a tight fit into the hand, but it's not badly made. It's a bit bent. It's quite nicely sculpted. It comes with a green blade. I'll show you the green blade. Okay, so that's Yoda's lightsaber. It's quite long. That's how long. It's almost as long as the figure. Okay. So let's have a last look at this blade hilt. A little bit bent. That's probably from the way it's been put in the packaging, but not bad. I prefer that they've got removable lightsabers than like the Luke Jedi with the lightsaber that's fit. Half the hilt is part of the hand, so you can't take the lightsaber out. I prefer a removable lightsaber, and they give you some options of displaying this figure. Here's the snake that Yoda comes with, really nicely sculpted, banded snake. It's got the correct type of scaling underneath, and then the head. You can just make out the eyes, just there, with red and white bands. Really looks quite nice. And there's the cane and lightsaber. So you get these 3 accessories plus the necklace. So even though this is a smaller figure than your average 6-inch figure, this one you feel like you're getting your money's worth. And out of these so-called soap bottles, this one's probably one of the best. You get all these nice accessories. The cane's pretty cool. So get some nice stuff here. This is the reason why this new 12-inch Yoda appeals to me, is because of the original vintage figure. Because he came with a little snake, a little belt. This is such a classic figure. Anyone who was born in the early 70s, late 60s will have a fondness for this figure that came out in 1980. You know, and there's his little snake, and there's the big snake now. So this Yoda's more or less the same size as that Yoda, his head. But this is the figure that now is just so beloved by Star Wars fans from my generation. It's such a great figure. Great looking figure. And there's his little snake. There's the big snake now. This big snake's huge compared to that Yoda. There's little Yoda. The lightsaber just so huge. The hilt is as big as Yoda, more or less. That's amazing. So you've got the big and little. That small was I. And then little Yoda. 2 great figures. Wow. Okay, so I thought I'd just show you the original figure. This is from my childhood, which seems to be going on into my late 40s. Okay, what a great head sculpt this figure has. Look at that, all the detailing, the eyes, all the wrinkles, 800 years, possibly 900 years. Texturing on the snake, the rings, the texturing on the cloth of the white robe, texturing on the hands, really nice. And then a nice piece of wood that he holds, which is his walking cane. And then his bird-like feet, or reptilian type feet, tridactyl I believe. very good. So I'd definitely recommend this figure. This looks amazing. Okay, so that's the Yoda. I think this figure's just great. I'm glad I found it. Okay, so I would suggest you try and find this one, definitely. I'd give it about 8 out of 10. Not perfect, but not bad. Quite a decent figure, really. This Yoda with the Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight 12-inch Hasbro figure, just to give you a kind of idea how tall he is. So it comes up to about Luke's belt. And there's the Luke Jedi Knight. And this is what I was talking about, like, see this lightsaber is part of the hand, so the hilt is removable, I mean the blade's removable, but always the hilt is in his hand. Whereas if you look at that hand, look at the sculpting on that hand, it's excellent. Nice texturing on the costume there, so that's the Luke Jedi. And then there's the Yoda, to give you an idea of how tall this Yoda is. So he's in the, more or less, maybe he should be a little bit shorter actually. So he should be maybe up to here on Luke. There's the Luke Jedi Knight. And there's the Yoda. Just to give you an idea of. So even though these figures are called soap bottle figures, I mean they're not that bad. I mean I quite like these figures, especially when you get them for really cheap. Like this was about £3.50 and this one was £7.50, but this one's just come out. Great looking figure, that Yoda. There's the Luke. This Yoda's really worth getting, I think, because it has that vintage appeal to it. It's a simple figure, but it displays really well. It hasn't much paint to it, you know, it just really captures the look of the 1980s type toy and looks really cool. And you know, it comes with quite a few accessories. The snake's a nice touch, the little music instrument necklace, whatever it is, the cane and the lightsaber. It's such a cool figure and it looks really good. Lovely sculpting, especially texturing on the costume. So this is certainly one of the better of the 12-inch figures. Looks amazing. So I'm really glad I got it for £7.50. Looks brilliant. Cool figure. So you know, such a classic character. And it's good that they've done it more in an Empire Strikes Back Return of the Jedi look than Episode 1 look. You know, like when you turn it to the side, it's got a lot of nice shadowing because of all the sculpturing in the face. It's sort of, even though it doesn't have much paint to it, or any paint really, it's got a lot of shadows to the face. So you can see a lot of, when the light shines on it, a lot of detail. Even like a little spot under the chin there. Eyes look pretty good. Ears sticking out. Hands are nicely sculpted, as are the feet. So really nice figure. So if you can find this one, I highly recommend this Yoda. I think it's amazing. Love the snake. Again, he stands really well. And it comes with a lightsaber if you want the lightsaber option. It's pretty decent. Okay, so that's your 12-inch Yoda Hasbro figure. Have a last look at the box again. So Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back Yoda. Great artwork on the box as well. All the warnings. More artwork there. What a cool figure. So Star Wars Empire Strikes Back Yoda. What a cool figure. You can get Darth Vader, Kylo Ren, and now you can get Rey as well. But this figure is just great figure. So if you can find it for, if you go to the Entertainer in the UK, you can pick him up for £7.50. I think a lot of Star Wars stuff is going to be discounted soon. Okay, so cheers, goodbye, take care.